If you want real information about how to design, work, hold, and cut a beautiful object, stay right here. If not, move along. This project began as a simple substitute for the tired old ring boxes most people use to propose.
Yes. Attention, here you went to Jared.
Yes, our intrepid groom needs something more than just a padded cardboard box. Carbide 3D machine owners to the rescue. What began as just a walnut box turned into an informative exercise. If you want to see if this was a successful build, stay tuned to the end for the proposal. A unique aspect of this project was that I never had the ring in my possession. I had to work off some basic photographs and just hope for the best. Let's give you the bullet points for this one. Iterations in cheap material are a must. Leftover plywood was the stock in this case. Starting there allows you to test features, test ideas. Did I want to lay a ring flat? No. Did I want a shaped insert to the top when I wasn't sure of the ring dimensions? Why? Over the iterations, I was testing and confirming different elements of the design. Once I knew something worked, I didn't have to add that into the next iteration. I just went ahead and tested the things that I wasn't sure about, or the changes that I made. You don't have to put every element into every single one of these pieces. I made huge gains over the iterations, and the final product is way better than any of these. Next, bring over elements from previous designs. Whether you're copy and pasting or dragging and dropping parts from another project file, you can bring over elements that are beneficial. This is a travel cribbage board. I secured it with magnets. Made this about a year ago, but I knew these magnet holes were a perfect press fit for magnets I already had in the shop. So I went and found the old file, I dragged elements of that into my new file, and I already knew that I had elements which would work. Number 3, endeavor to learn something. I had ordered a whole variety of different hinges with the idea of making boxes in the future, but I've never really worked with them. I don't understand the positioning, the geometry necessary. As they open, what are the physical characteristics of my item that need to be present for it to function properly? I started with these flat hinges in the design, but quickly discovered that I didn't like the amount of space they took up, nor the way that they opened. The barrel hinges turned out to be a much better fit for my design goals, and I really enjoyed working with them. I'll definitely be ordering more. Additionally, I figured out that you do need a backside chamfer for the barrel hinges to function correctly. What you learn here will definitely matter for future projects. It's time well invested. Iterations also allow you to catch stupid mistakes. I had the wrong date on the box.
Great googly moogly.
Yeah, that would have been a serious bummer. Next, creative work holding is fun. Figure out how to flip machine apart in a new and fast way. I cut this pocket along with some holes in which I put threaded inserts and then put the clamps into those threaded inserts. This idea also came from a previous project when I made some wedding dice, so again, previous making paying off on the current project. Combining hand finishing along with your CNC creations can yield terrific results. Not everything has to be a demonstration of CNC prowess only.
It's voll gut.
You can add a handmade element to your project. It'll give them an organic feel. A lot of times it's faster. It's also fun to add other tools into what you're doing. If you want, you can add in the cam to your next project. Here, just keep moving. Next item, order stuff for future builds. You know you're gonna go somewhere from any good project. I'm gonna end up making another box. The moment this gets posted on social, someone's going to ask for something similar. When you acquire that new client, make sure you have what you need on hand to spark your creativity. A well-equipped, well-stocked shop, that is the stuff of maker dreams. For me on this project, it's more barrel hinges, more brass, more magnets, and more jewelry cloths for polishing everything to a high luster. Mistakes sometimes turn into features and make designs better. On this one, I had the outline of Iowa that I pulled out of the library inside Carbide Create. I'd made it 2 levels and I wanted to mark the place where they had met. One person's from Dubuque, one is from Cedar Rapids, but they met in Cedar Rapids. I started by looking up Dubuque and then I think a squirrel ran by. After that, all I had in my design was Dubuque. That's not what I wanted. But one person's from Dubuque, one is from Cedar Rapids, so I put a second heart on Cedar Rapids with a line connecting them, and that's better. This is better for the mistake. That happens often. Throughout the design, I also experimented with chamfers. I have small chamfers for the ring pockets as well as the hinge pockets to make it a little bit easier to push the hinges in and out. I have a large chamfer on the outside. After I cut back around the design of Iowa, I went ahead and chamfered that top edge, which helps to delineate the top of the box and again, gives it a professional feel. Chamfers will make everything feel like a finished professional item. You definitely need to add it to everything you do. For the small chamfers, I used a number 502 PCB mill with an offset of 0.13 millimeters. For the larger chamfers, it was an offset of 0.9 millimeters with a number 301 90-degree V. You run these along the contour to the depth of your choice. The deeper you cut, the more pronounced the chamfer becomes. Be sure and play with the details along the way. Remember, you are the artist. You don't always know where a project's gonna end up when you start. This one turned out to be really fun. There's a whole bunch of techniques and ideas that I'll use moving forward. Be sure and share your thoughts, your project ideas, and your questions in the comments below. We'll be back here in the studio with more information, ideas, and inspiration. And let's see, did this work?
And you got applause!